This is actually going to be a hard one, though. Deity tier list in 2025. My god. That's going to be a hard one, honestly. Destroyer tier list. Oh, what do we have? Tier list. Do we even want a busted list? Wait, what the fuck happened here? Oh, there we go. Do we even need a busted tier list? Is there something that is really busted these days above the rest? I don't think there is. I don't think there is a DD that is completely busted out of all compared to all the rest. I don't think there is. Småland is good, but is it busted enough compared to all the other gunboats you run into in that thing? I think it's just super strong S tier, but is it busted? I feel like there's been so much competition in that. I don't feel like Småland feels that. Like it's really super strong still. But busted? There's so many good DDs. There's a lot of good DDs. So we kind of have to be pretty harsh, I think, because there's so many just straight up really good DDs. Let's see, Harugumo. My first reaction is putting it into A, but we are supposed to be somewhat harsh, because otherwise it will get really inflated at the top really, really quickly. It will get super inflated at the top very quickly. This is solo gameplay and for random battles, just so you guys understand. Ranked has a different meta where radar and especially hydro ships are much stronger, and competitive is a completely different animal that has nothing to do with random battles. Haru's issue, I think Haru, especially after the buffs, I think Haru is a very solid B. I'd potentially actually put it as an A, but honestly I don't want to inflate this tier list too hard. Harugumo after the buffs to the ballistics, I've been playing it a lot recently. I mean, I just played it today. I think it's a very good ship. I actually quite enjoy playing it. It's a pure gunboat. The biggest issue really on the ship is that it's fucking huge. Like that's really the biggest issue, is that the ship is massive and it doesn't really handle that. 830 meter turning circle is really rough for a destroyer. But 6-2 conceal, 240k HE DPM. This thing is it hits really hard and it farms really well. Hayate, I really dislike Hayate. I don't think it does anything particularly well. I think it's worse than Shima as a torpedo boat and worse than Harugumo as a gunboat. I like the buffs to the reload boost is nice, but it kind of, I feel like it combines the worst parts of Shima and Haru, which is it's as large as Harugumo, as poor in conceal, but it also has Shimakaze guns. I don't like Hayate. I really don't like Hayate. Like the DPM on it is actually pretty okay, but I think it's like a C tier. C tier. The DPM on the ship is surprisingly good. Like the ship actually does more DPM than Lüshun. It does more DPM than Lüshun. It does more DPM than Kaba. Like the guns are actually pretty good, but the hull itself sucks ass, and also the turret arrangement is not great on it either. So, yeah, I don't really like it. It is good. I don't know if it's good. Like I feel all DDs are pretty good in this game. It depends on the situation. Shima, for randoms, it's so hit and miss. The problem with torpedo boats is they're very feast or famine. If you land torps, great, you're super useful. If you don't, it's rough. Also, Whereas a gunboat doesn't mind if he gets detected the same way. Like a gunboat being spotted on the flank isn't a big deal. He can just start farming. He can do his thing. If a torpedo boat gets spotted on the flank, people automatically adjust their angles against that. They make sure they can't get torped from there. They basically, sometimes they just leave the flank. Shima, I still, it's not, the concealment alone is good. I think Shima is like a, I mean, it's better than Hayate. It's definitely better than Hayate. It's stronger than Hayate. But is it a lot stronger? You can outplay a lot of idiots in it. Like, you can outgun tons of bad players. And you can do all sorts of things in it. I played a ton of Shima on my account. But do I think it's particularly good? Not really. Not really. It's... And I mean, I have a lot of Shima games. Like, I have... How many Shima games do we have? We have a lot of Shima games, chat. We have... Where's our Shima? I should sort by DD or something. Shimakaze? There's Shima. I have 487 Shimakaze games. I played a lot of Shima. But there are so many situations in which I would rather be any other destroyer than the Shimakaze. Because it's so limited. If you don't land torps, you're not really doing much at all. And with all the hydras, all the radars, all the ways to counter you these days, it just doesn't feel very good. Sherman. Super strong. Super strong. Sherman is also very comfy to play in randoms because of the smoke and the hydro. I think the biggest issue maybe on Sherman is probably the conceal. Where's our Sherman? There it is. Conceal is 6-5. Let's see it with full conceal build. So even with full conceal build, you're 6-5. So you can be zoned out pretty well. You're also very slow. You're 35-6 and you have no speed boost. You're slow as shit. So if you're actually trying to push into an enemy DD and he chooses to not engage you, he's just like sailing away, you can't really do anything about it. He's just gonna sit there and spot you, and like you don't have any options. But on the flip side, it does an absurd amount of DPM. Like the guns are fucking nasty. Also, I probably wouldn't run... This is Laffey build, I think. I wouldn't run this. I would trade this and this for AFT on this thing, most likely. Because you can farm so much. The Sherman players get caught a lot, and that's because the ship is slow and doesn't really have any torpedo power. But it is a great farmer. It's a really, really comfy farmer. And when the Sherman is smoked up, it's very hard to do anything about it if you're a DD and you don't have radar. Because Sherman has that fucking 5km hydro, and he's got the American smokes. So he can just park in a smoke for 2 minutes and just sit there and farm. You can't torp him out, you can't rush him, you can't really do much about him. He's just sitting there farming, and it's very obnoxious. So Sherman is strong and comfy to play, but it has very clear limitations on it. I'll still absolutely put it as an A-tier ship though. I still absolutely put it as Sherman needs superintendent with 2 smoke space. You can kind of open water with it because with AFT you get really good range, and the ballistics on the Sherman are fantastic. Like really good ballistics on the Sherman. Laffey. I like Laffey a lot. I've been playing Laffey a lot. I like it a lot. I think Laffey is very different from Sherman. Whereas Sherman is more of a farming ship, Laffey is you push in and you win games ship. The burst, the heal, Laffey is just like very good at all the things. Like Laffey is not for everyone, because like you want to win games when you play Laffey. But 6 can conceal, the burst, and then you have access to the super heal and the smoke on demand. It's super comfy to play. It's super comfy to play. Like Laffey is straight up just a good ship. I don't know how many games we have in Laffey. Not that many in randoms, but I think I played it a bit in ranked, didn't we? Did we play Laffey in ranked? We played it a bit in ranked. I just feel it's super comfy. Like, you can play very, very aggressive into enemy DDs and stuff. It's objectively just a good ship. I don't think it's busted in any way. Well, if you're playing one of the older ships, it feels kind of busted. Like, if you're playing Gearing and you run into Laffey, it's horrendous. But that's because you're Gearing. You're a 2015 destroyer. But you have to be extra careful. In Laffey, I don't know about that. You have the heal and you have the smoke on demand. You can get away with a lot of dumb shit. Like, I've done a lot of dumb shit. I definitely think Laffey is an A-tier ship. Very different style than Sherman, but an A-tier ship. Burrows? Farmer. Mostly a farmer. That's where's our Burrows. Burrows is more though. It doesn't have the heal, but it does have a lot more health. It's got an absurd on-demand smoke, and it also has that funny sap DPM that you can just farm with. So you just run around and farm and farm and farm. Burrows has similar issues though that Sherman has, which is it does has poor conceal at 6.5. However, you have speed boost and you're naturally much faster, so you're not nearly as limited. Burrows can open water farm extremely well. It can push, it can trade, it can actually run down enemy destroyers. It has very disgusting DPM, almost as good as the Forrest Sherman, while having a much better turret setup for pushing in. The issue with Sherman, if you're trying to run down an enemy DD in the F Sherman, you run into the issue. Where's my Sherman? You run into the issue that you really only have one gun in the front. So if you're trying to run down an enemy DD, you have to start turning and use this. Like, this is a quintessential kiting ship. It has nothing working for it when it comes to running down enemy ships. Whereas Burrows has the combination of speed and 2 guns in the front. And if you get in trouble, you can smoke. You can instantly cancel your smoke as well. And you can run out of it and you can continue chasing. So... You have a fair bit of torp power. Yeah, compared to the other guy, you have 5 torps. And they hit quite hard. Burrows is such a good farmer, though. Burrows is such a good farmer. It does so much damage, and it's still very flexible. How much have we played? Have we played this thing enough? How much Burrows have we played? I should probably play more Burrows. But honestly, I'm just debating between S tier and strong A tier. It's just so good. It's such a great random ship. I haven't played that much. 17 games, Burrows. It's not that much. But I still like it a lot. The biggest issue Burrows has, which though does drag it down quite a lot, is if you're low HP, or you're being pushed by multiple ships, and you're forced to kite and try to trade, you suck. You really suck. Like, the firing angles on the ship are absolutely obnoxiously horrendous when you kite. Let's see if I can show you the angles. You can kind of see them here. That's the front gun's kiting angles. 50-degree kiting angles on the front guns. So, whereas pushing in, you can see you can hold a 30-degree angle and get all your guns on target, which is fucking fantastic. When you're forced to kite, it's fucking trash. Like, it's super trash. Especially if you fight the good DD who sails towards your stern, so you constantly have to churn more and more broadside to use your front guns. It's really bad when good players try to run you down in this thing. It's really bad. Small smoke duration on Laffey? Sure, but you don't use it as much in the Laffey. Because you don't really sit in smoke and farm that much in Laffey. You can, of course you can, but it's not really how you play that ship. So, honestly, I think this thing would be S tier if it wasn't for the absolutely terrible firing angles. They feel pretty bad when you play this ship. The firing angles are just brutal to deal with. I think I'll put it in strong A tier. But I think it's being kept from S because it has its situations where it just feels rough. It's great at running in, not so great at kiting away. How much was the Turturus? Oh yeah, 14.4. That's actually pretty bad. 14.4 is... Oh, that's running Turturus as well. Oof. Yeah, that's actually really... That's a fair point. But I think it had 360-degree turrets. So, once again, pushing in, really good. Really strong pushing in. The problem is when you kite it. This thing is 360, so when you push in, you can like shoot like this, turn and shoot like this. It's great. But the other way, it's oof. It's kind of oof. This is for randoms. Gearing. Man, we're talking about playing solo and in randoms. Gearing is a rough experience. Gearing does not, like, Gearing's whole gimmick is the long smoke and the conceal. It has its spot in comp for you can run the leg mod for better conceal and the great smoke. But for solo playing randoms, the only reason I feel like you want to bring a Gearing these days is you want to smoke up a teammate. If you're not doing that, why are you playing Gearing? Or basically any other destroyers. I don't know. I don't like it at all. I'd rather play Shima than Gearing these days. And I mean, I don't particularly like playing Shima these days. How's the Gearing? What was Gearing DPM? It's still somewhat relevant on DPM though. It's still somewhat relevant, 216. The problem is, of course, the ballistics and the range are both terrible. They're both absolutely terrible. Is it still like the worst ballistics? Yeah, it's still the worst ballistics at the tier. Gearing still has the worst ballistics, same as Yueyang, Summers, and Gearing, because they all have and Laffey, because they all have the same guns. But Gearing also has the shortest range, 11.1 kilometer range stock. Pretty good torps, pretty good guns, but that's pretty much it. It's been so power grabbed. I think still think it's better than Hayate because it has more DPM, better conceal. So it's a better ship and also more team utility. But it's not really a ship I'd particularly enjoy bringing. Actually, it's not a ship I really play. Summers? Oof. Summers has also been very power cracked. I actually had the damage world record on Summers at one point in time. Ancient fucking history, of course. Oh, we don't have the Summers on this account, do we? I think it was on the... We had it on the other server. We had Summers on the other server. That sucks. But Summers' issue was... I think the torps were pretty short. No, wait. No, it had the 16.5 km torps. But it was 3x4, so you got 12 torps total. So really only 2 torps more than the Gearing. But in return for that, you gave up the Gearing DPM. You give up a lot of the Gearing. Ultimately, though, there's not much point to play Summers when Shimakaze exists, because Shima has much better torpedo power, better conceal, and I think the DPM isn't actually that different. Summers has 144k DPM, Shima has 134k, so it's a 10k DPM difference, but Shima is, of course, faster and stealthier. Also better kiting angles, disengaging. Yeah, honestly, it's kind of hard sell for me to recommend Summers for much of anything these days. What's Summers DPM? Where's Summers torpedo DPM? Oh, it's not great. Really not great. Well, that's rough. Yeah, that's not great DPM, man. What is the torp reload on this thing? 130-second torpedo reload on the Summers. Yikes. Do I want to put it in D tier? Like, this is the problem though with putting ships in D tier. All DDs can be useful. That's the thing. All DDs at tier 10 can be really useful. So it feels very harsh to put a ship in D tier when I actually don't think they're like... well, people will look at it, oh, but I've carried games in this ship. Yeah, because it's a destroyer. You can still carry games in a really shit tier 10 destroyer. Because I'm tempted to do this and this. I'm very tempted to do that. Because, like, both of these have the issue, I don't see why you'd play them over these. I'd rather play these than these. Hull. Oof. Is that an A or an S tier? It's a farmer. It's an incredible cockroach farmer. It citadels cruisers. It farms AP on battleships. The issue really is it's not that great at trading into other destroyers. It's actually not that great. People kind of overestimate. People are used to it farming from range, but the HE DPM on the ship is actually not that good when trading into other destroyers. Like, you get outgunned by almost all DDs. It kind of, but people are afraid of engaging it because they see the big guns, and usually hulls are playing really far back. They're farming and kiting. But if you force a straight up engagement with the hull, you can fist it honestly in a lot of destroyers. Like, if you're a Lüshun and you run into hull, you just shit on hull. Like, you absolutely shit on hull. Like, it's not even close. And Lüshun isn't even the highest DPM at the tier. But as a farming ship, it's obnoxious as fuck. Like, it's just so obnoxious to deal with. Like, it's very hard to push into that thing and catch it. And it's, yeah, the AP punch, once again, that the AP punch is really nice against a bunch of cruisers giving broadside, battleships giving broadside. But if you're fighting another DD, you're not going to be able to use that AP. You're going to have to use HE. And that's when the hull trades really fall apart. Like, they really fucking collapse at that point. And where's our hull? Here it is. How good was the heal? The heal was super healy at 20. It's like, what, 6k? 6k heal. No, it's more than that. 7k heal. So it's 7k heal and you have 29. So 37k heal usually you have during an engagement, which is really nice. And you got the good speed boost. You're very slow without it, but you got the good speed boost that gives you some good speed. But if you're straight up, it also has the issue of the fucking, like, if your hull tries to play the game, hull tries to contest the cap, hull tries to do anything, 6.5 conceal, your guns are in the front. You have to do the awkward turnaround to get your back guns on target. And during that time, you have basically already gotten fisted in this one. Like, you run into fucking Lüshun. Well, it doesn't even need to be Lüshun. Like, you run into gearing, and there's a good chance if the gearing is guns pointed at your nose in, the gearing kills you. And that's no joke, because this thing doesn't do that much damage. Hull DPM is not great. Hull HE DPM is, where the fuck is it? Oh, here it is. That's Hull HE DPM. Next to Sommers. That's Hull HE DPM. But obviously, if you're forced to push in like that, you're not really playing the ship to its strengths. And the strength of the hull is obviously not the HE DPM, it's the absolutely disgusting DMAP. And you're just sitting kited and farming all day long and just doing whatever you want. So I think I put it in A tier. Strong A tier. I think it's strong A tier ship. Probably. I think Sherman has more playmaking capability than Hull has. I think it's a strong A tier ship. But it has really the issue that it still has weaknesses. Still has weaknesses. And if you're going to be S tier, you shouldn't really have weaknesses. Hayate in D tier is wild, by the way. Okay, do you think Hayate is better than Shima? Yes. Okay, well, I disagree. I think Shima is a lot better than Hayate. I disagree on that. Like, that's just easy disagree. Hayate 750 meter turning circle and what was it, 6.1 conceal? Clunky big ass fucking ship walking in trying to play the game. It has guns and TRB. Yeah, but it has TRB because it doesn't have, like, it didn't have much torps. I had 2x5. So when you pop TRB, you can get 2 sets. But like, Shima has 15 at all times without having all the weaknesses of the hull. Also, the other issue is with Hayate, you're forced to push in and your guns are in the back. I'm not sold, man. I just don't like that ship. I'm gonna be real. I don't like that ship. I think it's too big and too clunky. It's so massive. That's really the issue. If the hull wasn't so massive, I'd like it more. But it's so massive. It's just a big dumb ship. I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that, bro. This fucking the size difference, bro. It's so fucking massive. What else do we have? Delny? For randoms? Shit. Probably D tier, honestly. I think it's absolute dog shit for randoms. It's so fucking anemic for randoms. It's one of those ships that is played for comp because of comp reasons. But playing it in randoms, why the fuck would you do that to yourself? Why would you inflict that upon yourself? Probably honestly straight up D tier. Probably straight up D tier. It takes you so long to actually do anything in. You're sitting there with your Shimakaze DPM and your dogshit conceal and your dogshit torpedoes, trying to pretend like you're gonna be useful. Yeah, no. No, Delny is like probably the shittiest one of this. That's my point though. Comp has nothing to do with randoms. Because like you play Delny in comp, but you don't ever play it in randoms. Because what the fuck would you? Grozovoi? It's okay. But honestly, the size on that ship is the biggest weakness. The size on Grozovoi is probably the biggest issue. Grozovoi is just massive. It's massive and clunky, and you have to build superintendent on it as well. Like, the guns are pretty nice. The guns are pretty nice because you have that Soviet AP shenanigans, so you can AP chunk broadsides. It's pretty fast. Wait, is this full farm build? Oh shit! You probably shouldn't run. You should probably run this. I mean, what do you give up? Maybe I think you give up SC on this and you just go for conceal. Yeah, no, Grozovoi is okay, but Grozovoi is also once again a massive destroyer, and it's very power crept. So a lot of Groz in COTS, but you need to remember COTS. In COTS they ban ships, they limit ships. The reason why you see a lot of those picks is because the good ships aren't available, and also a bunch of the griefing ships. Like again, you can't compare anything you see in COTS to anything. And that's why I don't care much about COTS anymore, because it's not the same thing as World of Warships. It's a completely different game, like completely different game. Kaba. I mean, it's a chill farmer, but you're never gonna fulfill any DD roles in it. Add a lower tier for precision. Why? I don't really care enough to do that. Kaba is like a comfy farmer, but is it the DD you really want on your... I'd hate to see Kaba. I hate when I see Kaba on my team. Like, having a Kaba on my team is the worst shit ever, because that ship isn't gonna do anything. My game is gonna be objectively worse because I didn't have a real DD on my team, I had a Kaba. It's like a shitty cruiser on your team. I mean, it's still better than Delny. Still, I don't know. It's like, it's a pure farmer, but like, yeah, you convert wins in it for sure. But is it actually a good ship? No, it fucking isn't. It's honestly pretty dog water. What else do we have? Elbing. Well, this is flawless bias for sure. Because well, once again, tier lists are objective, but I really love Elbing. Fucking love Elbing. But there is a big difference to leg mod Elbing and non-leg mod Elbing. Elbing is flawed tier. Yeah, honestly, there should be a separate tier for ships I really fucking love. And Elbing is one. How many games do we have? We have a fair few games. I really like Elbing. But I'm aware I'm biased. How many games do we have? 96 games in Elbing. I really like Elbing. It's a really fun ship. Is it actually? I mean, where's my Elbing book? I mean, the difference is non-leg mod and leg mod Elbing are two different things. Yeah, we're on the full farmer Elbing with 7-2 conceal. And then leg mod, of course. Leg mod makes it so different though. Because with leg mod you get the 20% speed boost. And your guns are snappy as fuck. But what Lady Priscina said, in terms of wanting a DD in your team, Elbing is not so different from Kaba. It's kinda true. If it's standard Elbing book, I think having it on your team is like fucking C tier. If it's leg mod Elbing book that's willing to open water, it's pretty okay, because in terms of spotting, and it actually creates crossfires. Like, it's kind of like having a cruiser on a flank. It creates crossfires. People angle against it, and then you get to click a bunch of broadsides. Shit. I can't put it with Harugumo in terms of game influence. I love this shit, but bro, I can't put it up here. I can't pretend like it's as good at winning a game like some fucking Conceal Elbing Bunk says can still catch some DDs. Yeah, but what do you do once you catch them? You have one gun on the nose. And your main ornament is AP. What do you do once you catch him and he just keeps running away? What's the next step? What's the next step? What's the follow-up? It's only when people start trading you. Like, that's really what happens in my Elbing Bunk games. Is I go to a flank, I start open water farming, and then for some fucking reason, DDs start shooting. And then I'm like, okay. And then I shoot them back, and I chunk them for like 6k. And it's fucking great. But that's not the ship being good, that's people being retarded. And I'm not sure I can like rate a ship based on the player base being retarded. But I shit on a lot of gunboats in Elbing. Like a lot of fucking Ragnars and all sorts of shit. I just dumpster them. Z52? I mean, I think it's probably like a pretty strong C tier. The gunpowder feels very anemic, and you kind of need the right matchmaking to feel effective in that ship. Like, if you don't have a lot of ships that you hard counter, it's not a great experience. Z52 actually has less HE DPM than a Submerse. It's not great at trading into other DDs. But the AP is pretty nice, and if you are facing like a bunch of Hydra-less, radarless destroyers, Z52 can dominate them pretty hard. Like you can get a lot of cap control, a lot of map control. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, we forgot Hoffmann. Hoffmann is really good. Hoffmann is like an Elbing, kinda. It's like an Elbing that wins games instead of just farming damage. Hoffmann is honestly probably an A tier for me. It's really good. Like, it's a really good ship. It's got the Elbing AP. It didn't have the pen angles, but it's got the Elbing chunkiness. But then it gets a Z52 AP, and then it actually has hard hitting HE. So Hoffers is kind of filthy at what it does. Like, Hoffers does a surprising amount of damage. I mean, the HE DPM I think is actually really bad on the Hoffers, but I think it had like chunky HE. I think the actual DPM on the HE was really bad. Wasn't it? Yeah, 2200 on a 6.5 second reload. Yeah, the HE DPM is dog shit. But you have that filthy 6km Hydro on a ship with 6.4 conceal. Then you have your speed boost, you just walk in, smoke up. You can Hydro Fist destroyers, and then with the AP you can just chunk cruisers. I think Hoffer is, well, even much better in ranked actually, but yeah, but the HE is 2.2 chunkers. Like, when you can compare it to even Hull that has Des Moines HE, it's like what? Oh, it's 2.8. Jesus. But the DPM is really low. But Hoffman's DPM was really low. Like, really low. It's German HE. It pens everything though, and the AP kind of chunks everything. It's great. But Hoffers is very good. Hoffers is like very good at winning games. I think the Torps were actually pretty decent as well. 12 game Torps? Yeah, 12 game Torps. They're perfectly fine. I think the issue is though Turtverse? Yeah, it's really slow. And the turret setup on the ship is ass. Like, objectively fucking dog shit ass. Yeah, putting on the same tier with Hull, I kind of disagree. It's, I don't feel it's this feel because Sherman is much better than Hull. Putting these in the same, I think I'd rather put it as a strong B. Because I can't justify putting it with fucking Sherman and Hull all on the same tier. That seems a bit over the top. Well, more than a bit over the top. It seems fucking over the top. Add a tier. But then you don't get people upset. How could you place my ship into D tier? How could you place my ship into C tier? Flolo, you're retarded. That's my favorite part. I wouldn't want to miss that part. Zed 42. That's another really good ship. That's actually like a really good. It has the short smokes. It has the 6km hydro, but it also has 6-2 conceal, and the AP actually you can fist destroyers with it because it arms, and the HE also. This thing chunks a lot of like really chunky gunboats because it punches through them. This thing has the same issue with the Turtverse being absolute dog shit, and what else did it have in terms of weaknesses? I think the ballistics were very wonky. You can run IFHE to pen 32, but I don't think you needed that. I think this is, what, Elbing bomb build or something? Yeah, well. This thing is very good. I think it's like a strong B tier, the Z42. Where the shit is... Where am I? Here. It's like a strong D tier. I probably like it more than Hoffmann, honestly. Just so good. The short smoke gives it so much more flexibility than what Hoffmann has. Yeah, it's a German daring, basically. It's a German daring. I don't know how many games I have in this thing, but I think I played it enough to feel pretty confident. Where's our sub 42? There it is. 30 games. That's a fair bet. Honestly, I think it's a really comfy game-winning ship. It's a really comfy game-winning ship. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I remember when I posted some vids on this on YouTube, praising the ship. A bunch of people were like, "How can you like it? Well, how do you like it?" It's yada 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 yada. But it's just good. It's just good. What do I have next? Daring. Man, Daring is like power creep resistant as fuck. It's still so good at everything in random. It's got like all the things you want. It's got good torp, single launch as well. It's got really good guns, HE and AP. It's got good conceal. It's got personal hydro. It's got fast reloading smoke. It's got the heal. It's so power creep resilient. It's so good at what it does. It's not quite an S tier ship because it's slow. It's just really slow. But honestly, I'd probably up in the A tier on there. It's just really reliable. I'm not sure where I'd rank it between these, but Daring is super good. Like Daring is just like when people ask me what DD line should I go for up next, I always say go for the UK destroyers first, because Daring has so much great going for it. And it also teaches you a lot of DD things, because it's slow. That's really the only weakness of the ship. It's slow. But the guns are great, torps are great. The personal hydro means you basically never get fucked. Also makes you more effective at dealing with submarines. You have your smokes, and you can just run around farming and doing whatever you want. It's nice. Just a nice ship. Just a really nice... Druid. Well, it's not as good as Daring. I mean, Druid is... I think Druid is a B tier ship for sure. it's really boring. I have it, and I think it's a really boring ship. Druid's issue really is it's fucking great against bad players. It's really, really good against bad players. People who give you broadside, people who don't angle, it can just do great fucking things. The issue becomes when someone just goes nose in and starts targeting your turrets with HE. These things have no armor plating and they break super easy. And once you start getting shot back, your ship just breaks apart. Like, you just don't do anything. You have no torpedoes, you're slow, but in return you have fast reloading smoke, hydro, and heal, which means you're really good at just shoving nose into a bunch of DDs and fisting them as they try to disengage. But like, this boring ship doesn't deserve, but it's very good at what it does. It's a one gimmick ship, but it's very fucking good at what it does. I don't know if I have enough games in Druid. How many games do you have in Druid? I don't know if I have enough games in Druid to like, but because I got bored of this ship. I regretted buying it. Oh yeah, we had 13 games in it. I regretted buying this because I found it so fucking one-dimensional. But the AP is actually much better than Daring AP. It's close to Kléber in ballistics. You can citadel a lot of light cruisers. You can citadel heavy cruisers if you get close enough. It's got improved pen angles. You can farm across the map. You run a heavy AP build on this thing to chunk with. It's really good at what it does. It's just incredibly one-dimensional at what it does. The great weaknesses on the ship is obviously when you're forced to disengage. If someone just shoves into you, this thing can be pushed at so easily. It has no torps, so there's no threat of being torpedoed. And once you force this ship to turn around and kite, the firing angles are fucking awful because the guns are in the front, and it's slow, it's clunky, has no, you just run at it and you kill it for free basically. So but obviously that can be countered with better positioning and preparation and so forth, but it's still not a DD that you are particularly afraid of unless you're like a DD yourself. And even then, things like Daring can trade pretty well just by going nose into the thing. Yeah. It's not. You really see Druid play these days? Yeah, but it's very boring. That's probably one of the reasons. Also, in terms of random effectiveness, there's so many ships that basically, let's say Libertad, it has no superstructure. You can't. It just sits. It just walks at you. And if you don't have torpedoes, you don't even slow him down. Like, he doesn't even touch his rudder. He doesn't even slow down his speed. He just runs at you, and you fucking die. Because a lot of the battleships are also faster than you are these days. So it's not a particularly fun experience to play, but it has its gimmick, which is pretty okay. Cassard. I hated Cassard earlier, but they actually buffed the torpedoes on that ship quite a bit, which makes the torps much more effective, and the torps can hit like a fucking truck. I think Cassard is probably honestly probably a B tier for me these days. Its weaknesses in randoms is lack of smoke. Weaknesses in randoms is the lack of smoke and incredible reliance on consumables. If you don't pop your speed boost, you're doing, what was it? It was 35-7. You're literally one of the slowest ships in the game if you don't pop your speed boost. And then when you pop your speed boost, you're suddenly zipping along at crazy speeds. But it's entirely reliant on the consumable. But the issue really with this thing is in randoms, once again, this is not competitive. In randoms, you deal with a lot of shit like plane spotting and subs and things like this. And it kind of suffers with them because you never really want to, like, if a sub spots you, if he sits on the surface, you want to shoot. If you don't shoot, his team starts fisting you. If you do shoot, then you can't go dark because you don't have a smoke. It has its share of weaknesses, and the torpedoes are kind of wonky in terms that you only launch 6 per side, but they hit really fucking hard and they're very, very fast. It does have the sap. No, sorry, this one was HE and AP. But this one had a wonky setup though, 2 in the back. I don't think it's nearly as good as the other French destroyers. I also don't think it's as fun to play as the other destroyers. But it's a decent ship. think it's a decent ship. It's pretty boring to play though. I got ran down by St. Vincent in a DD the other day, not very funny. These torpedoes have the mechanic with the torpedo damage drop-off. Yeah, and they buffed that recently. Isn't Hull the same as Elbing and Khabarovsk being a fake DD? Hull has more pushing potential than both of them. Because of the super heal and the conceal. And Hull kind of outfarms both of them really hard. Also, you can't, like, you can, well, Elbing you can't really get broadside to, but to Khabarovsk you can easily get broadside and turn away. You do that to Hull, he switches to AP and starts fucking citadeling you, because it's basically a Des Moines guns. What do I have next? Kleb? I think Kleb is straight up S tier. Like, random battles S tier. It's just so good. It's so good. It basically mostly feels immune to submarines because it's so fucking fast. The torps aren't that much of an issue. Subs mostly run from you, not the other way around. You can dive basically any DD and fist it. Your YOLO power is unmatched. You still have really good torps even when you're not gunboating. Kleb is just great. The French saturation and the reload booster DPM, the AP, it just... Leg mod Kleb? Yeah, I wouldn't put that Leg mod Kleb into S tier, but Kleb in general is just... Fuck, it's such a good ship. It's just such a good ship. Also incredible in ranked. Also a ship that gets seen in comp, but also banned a lot in comp. So. Marcus in randoms is not nearly as good as Kléber is these days. The lack of ballistics makes it so much clunkier to play. It's it used to be so... I felt like they were kind of same tier. Like Marcus, Kleb were like side grades of each other. But these days, every time I play Marcus, it's kind of like suffering compared to playing the Kléber. Kléber always feels more comfy. I mean... Kléber does have the bit. Didn't Marcus have the better concealment? Right, let's see. Kleb. Oops, shit. We have just. Okay, take this guy. Sure, whatever. I've just reset the line, hence why I didn't have anything on. Yeah, he gets 7-8. Marcus got 7-0. So better concealment. Like Kleb is great at diving ships, also pretty good at YOLOs as well, because it's so fucking fast. I don't find Marcus to be nearly as comfortable as Kléber is in randoms these days, though. I don't find it nearly as comfortable. I think it's the lack of ballistics that makes it feel so clunky, especially with every fucking AI gunner around. If you want to try to stay out of AI gunners and farm, if you're not behind an island, you're dealing with all that shit coming your way 24/7. It does have better AA though. What was the AA on this thing? Yeah, 5. And also it got defensive AA. They're both great ships. Don't get me wrong. I think they're both super good ships for randoms, but I don't think Marcus is as good as Kleb is. The ability to just gas someone in the Kleb feels so much better. Yeah, also a lot of Lüshuns. Lüshun trades in the Marcus really well. Because of the ballistics. I think I'd put Marcus probably in A tier. Probably in A tier. It doesn't feel nearly as compared to Kleb. In Kleb, I feel like I can guess anything from any range. Marcus, not so much. Not nearly as good of an experience. What else do we have here? Barbiano. I don't have the Barbiano. From what I've understood, it's a kind of one-dimensional full farming gunboat. But I don't have it, so I don't feel like ranking it until I get it. Lüshun. I actually really like Lüshun. I think Lüshun is a great ship. I think Lüshun is a really good ship. For randoms? Shit, could it even be S tier for randoms? Mr. Regolo? They don't. Oh shit, Regolo. I still don't particularly like Regolo solo. I think Regolo in a division is incredible. It's so good. You get someone, you get the DD to engage. You have someone else spotting, then you fucking pop the smoke, and then you just fist him through your own smoke. It's a great experience, but I don't know. The lack of gun range and the reliance on this shit with all the AI cars in the game and all the dumb cars we're finding nowadays. Also, the air detectability being fucking dog water is not a great experience. I don't even have a captain on it anymore. I don't play it anymore. The DPM is great. The issue is you don't have any range to utilize it. Like the SEP absolutely fists destroyers, but the range is ass. I think this one is hard because admittedly this is a ship I don't like. But honestly, I'd probably put it as a B tier ship. I don't particularly like this ship though. I don't particularly enjoy it. I don't particularly like it. But I admit the strengths to it, but I also admit I don't really play it to its max potential. Lüshun. Shit, is Lüshun for randoms? Honestly, I should play it more. I still haven't played enough Lüshun in randoms. Because I missed the last dockyard when we had Lüshun. So I only got Lüshun B. And wow, okay, well we suck at Lüshun B. But it feels really comfy. It feels like super comfy. Ship is very, very comfy to play in randoms. I really enjoy it. But yeah, missed normal, so we got Lüshun B. Streamer dragging his team down. Yeah, I know. It's very, very good. Like for randoms in particular, it's very good. It kind of has everything you want for randoms. It's got the hard fisting torps that can deal with like the Libertads and Valparaisos and all that dog shit that's walking into you. It's got great guns with great range and ballistics, so you can just farm people out with HE or just AP farm them when they get broadside. It's got good health pool with the long duration heal. It's got very good conceal. The issue maybe is that it's on the slow side because it has no speed boost and it has no smoke, so you can't really disengage. You can't really disengage. You don't really have a good way of disengaging, but you can absolutely force fights because also the Hydra is 5/5. And you got 5/8 conceal, so if you push into a DD, they can't even smoke up to disengage. You just run at them with Hydra and you force the fight. I don't know if it's quite S tier for randoms, but it's I feel like I haven't played it enough. But easily A tier for sure. Easily A tier. Like it's just super comfy to play. I really enjoy it. Super comfy. Like it just feels, you feel like you're just chilling, but you're just like you can do whatever you want. You want to go on a flank and farm? That's fine. You want to go fist the DD in a cap? That's fine. You want to go fist the DD in a flank? That's fine. BBs are pushing through somewhere. You want to go torp them? That's fine. Like you do whatever you want. And I think even carriers didn't want to harass you that much because you had... Yeah, your A is actually pretty shit. Carriers can absolutely harass you in this thing if they want. But that's pretty much it. The heal also means that even if you take bad trades, you can still recover really well from it. Yeah, like the lack of smoke means subs and DDs can ruin your game, which is an issue. Subs and CVs can absolutely ruin your game, but Lüshun has the benefit of being able to sit in Narnia, so it's not that big of a deal. Same with like Hull, like they don't have smokes, but they can just sit in Narnia and farm because their ballistics are so good, so it doesn't matter. Yueyang, I mean, I played some radar Yueyang lately. I don't know where I'd rate it compared to this. The issue is like, do you play smoke or radar YY? I think I have leg mode, so I'm playing radar YY right now. But it feels so limited. It feels so limited to all the other things you have. That's really like we have what radar YY. Where is it? Yeah, we have leg mod radar YY. So we got what 65 conceal, but then we have 30-second. I mean, 30-second radar is kind of filthy. 30-second radar on the destroyer is actually really fucking filthy. But the problem is, if you start trading yourself, you can get outtraded by so many things. What do you guys mean with leg mod? The unique upgrade. They used to be called legendary upgrades, leg mods. So they're nowadays they renamed the unique upgrades, but this is a leg mod. So that's when we talk about leg mod YY. This thing gives you 18% reload and surveillance duration, so it's fucking insane on gunboat YY. I mean, okay, it probably doesn't deserve to be that low. You don't have smoke if you choose radar and you like the DPM to outtrade? Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Like, this gives you a lot of DPM. A lot of DPM are what you already have. The problem is, what you already have is kind of ass. Like, all of these buffs in the world, like, I think even if you run all of, like, even with this thing, you don't get close to Lüshun DPM, for example. So if you run leg mod, you run with your fucking radar into Lüshun and you try to outtrade him, he just starts running away, pops his heel and starts farming you, and you just lose the trade. Despite having radar and everything, you just fucking lose the trade. So I don't know. I don't like it. It might have its situations. Maybe it deserves to be a weak B tier. That's different radar YY. If you just run normal smoke YY, I don't see much point in playing the ship. Because you're just playing a much shittier gearing, basically. I don't see much point. Like, smoke YY has no point, honestly. Not in a meta as it is today. But radar YY? Probably low B tier. Yeah, honestly, the issue once again is submarines that you do. Like, yeah, I don't even know if it deserves to be here, honestly, because radar YY gets fisted by so many things in random battles. Sub spots you? Oh shit. Planes hover you? Oh shit. Like, you don't really have the speed to maneuver, you don't have a heal, you don't have a smoke, you don't really have anything going for you if you get fucking spotted. It's just a shit experience. And if you play radar YY, you want to try to play aggressive. Because why play radar YY otherwise? So it's just it sits lower than gearing, and yeah, it's a slightly lower hull, I think. Where was the gearing? You notice it if you look at this part here. You see this gap here? Look at this gap. And then look at this gap. I think it's slightly lower. It's maybe slightly lower. Alan Sumner, yeah. But yeah, no, it's like it has some gameplay potential, but yeah. Long smokes are used to use your radar to win the DD fight. Yeah, but that's the problem. That works against if you're running into smoke destroyers. If you're running into smoke DDs that don't use guns, then you're great. But if you run into someone who has guns, you just lose the fight. It doesn't matter you have radar. Okay, what else do we have? Gdańsk? I don't actually think Gdańsk solo is that enjoyable in randoms. I don't think Gdańsk is that. It's pretty strong, but I don't think it's particularly enjoyable to play Gdańsk solo in randoms. Like, it's not a great experience. It's so clunky. It is not fun. No, it's not. It's like objectively not a fun ship to play solo in randoms. Like, it's really okay. I mean, or well, it's good. Okay, let's be honest. It's a good ship, but it's not certainly not fun to play it solo. If someone with you, if you have someone with you, it's a lot more fun. But it's very unsatisfying. I think the issue is you don't have AP because Wargaming removing the AP, so you can't just stuck using your HE. You smoke, torp, spam your HE. If you ever get spotted, you pop your dumb fucking 10-second radar, or you just randomly pop your radar if you feel like it. And then you fist someone DD quickly. And then if he tries to play the game, you do it again and again and again and again. But it's not a very satisfying ship to play. And I don't think it's particularly fun to play in random solo as well. I don't think it's particularly fun to play a solo either. It's still like good because of the radar, like you have so much map control with it. But I mean, it's mostly effective against other deities. It's honestly not. I don't feel it's that effective against most other things. I skipped Barbiano on purpose. I might have skipped Álvaro by accident. I don't know if maybe I put it as a weak A. Mostly because the radar is so good. But I don't think it's like the HE fist destroyers. You have really good ballistics on the HE. Like you have 139mm guns, like it's fucking Kléber guns basically. You're chunking it with Giga HE with 3.3 second reload. Like it's a lot of fucking HE you're fisting on an enemy destroyer. So you basically deny the enemy DD from playing the game. That's what you do, but it's not really that fun to play yourself. What do you mean skipped, Álvaro? Álvaro is here. What do you mean skipped? Are you guys retarded? Do you not see we're going down each line like this? What do you mean skipped? What are you fucking guys talking about? Hello? We're literally going in order. Are you retarded? Oh, Småland. Well, that's an S tier. Especially random's easy S tier, man. It's still so good at winning games. It just wins games. Like, what else is there to say? Like you have Marceau DPM on a hull that's much smaller. You have your insane speed boost. You have your fucking heal. Where the fuck is our Småland? There it is. I don't know if this is correct, Captain. You want Fearless Brawler. This is not the correct Captain, but like you have your funny 30% speed boost. Like, so if you're ever in any engagement, you just pop this thing and you become. What the fuck is that? That's. We don't talk about what we just saw. Something criminal has happened here. Okay, you can tell we haven't played it in a while because we're not running the radar mod or the speed boost mod. Regardless, like the absurd speed boost, 1 minute, by the way. You have the heals, and then you have the fucking radar, which is 20 seconds. Like when they made the new line, they gave them 10-second radars. This thing still has the 20-second, and if you run, well, depending on which one you want to run, but if you run the 20% boost on this, then you have what, 28-second radar? And then, of course, the DPM is completely absurd, like 1.5 second reload. You're basically got Marcus DPM. It's just... It's a horrendous ship to fight. Add in the fact that they gave it 6.1 conceal. So sometimes you don't even need the radar in this thing, because you just spot other DDs naturally. You just run at them and you spot them naturally. And then you start unloading Marceau DPM, then you pop your speed boost, you're as fast as Marceau, but then you also have a heal, and then you have a radar if it tries to smoke up. It's like you run into this thing as a DD and you just die. Like, unless you're a handful of ships, you just die. That's basically your options. If you're playing anything basically on the bottom of the list and you run into it, you just die for free. Unless, of course, just something like a Kaban, for some reason he starts farming you. But yeah, that doesn't really happen if the thing is... It's just great. Oh, and also has the torps. It actually has very usable torpedoes. Most gunboats don't get like Shermans and shit, they don't get good torps. But you get 8 torps, and they do 76 knots. 12k range, really fast torps. So you just launch these. If you get a flood, hit ECPs, you just unload Marceau DPM and set 15 fires, and GG. How did you get Småland? Back when we got it, you got it with free XP. But those were the days. Nowadays, it's hidden in 50... These days, Wargaming explains how overpowered the ship is, and then they sell it to you in different loot crates anyway, so... It's whatever. Halland. Oh man, Holland is so shit these days. Holland is so fucking shit these days. I get so tilted playing this ship these days. Honestly, is it like the worst DD in the game right now? It might be. Wargaming nerfing its AA made it such a disappointing ship to play. Like, I can't believe it had like one good thing going for it, and that was the AA. And that made it somewhat fun to play, because you could at least grief carriers. But then they just nerfed the AA to shit. So now if you want a really fun Holland experience, play Dalarna. Dalarna is kind of like Holland 4 or 5 years ago. You can outgun a lot of DDs, you can farm with your guns, you get good torps, and you get great anti-air. Dalarna is like the Holland experience from 5 years ago. But playing Holland right now is just... It's not a fun experience. It's not a fun experience. Basically everything outguns you as well. It's rough. 9 flak plus defensive AA on Dalarna. Yeah, no. Dalarna is such a... Like, the AA on Dalarna is great. The AA on Holland, though, I mean... After they took away the mid-range, it just... Also... Just has too many weaknesses going for it these days. I used to love this ship, and I have a lot of games in this ship. Well, I really enjoyed it for what it was, but... These days, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating. Dalarna is Mega Holland. It kind of is. But yeah, no. I mean, okay, it's better than Delny. It's more useful than Kaba for sure. But that's about it. It has the retarded ASW as well. It's horrendous. I mean, subs also. Dealing with subs in this thing. Forward firing shit ASW. No smoke to disengage with. Slow. It's not great. And then they spot all your torps. Ragnar. Is Ragnar still an S tier ship for randoms? Still a god tier farmer. Still a god tier farmer. Still a god tier farmer. Oh. Also has access to the cheat that is actually having access to AP. The 30mm pen, meaning you can farm cruisers as well. The great ballistics. No torpedoes at all. That's really the biggest issue on the ship. 7.5 radar with absurd fucking duration. Ragnar is inherently underpowered, yeah. I mean, it's kind of boring at what it does, because you're basically just farming, and if a DD tries to push you, then you radar, and then you farm him, and then you go back to farming everything else. 25, just to make sure no DDs have any chance of actually fighting you. My question really is it still an S tier for randoms with shit like Libertad? With all the bullshit that's been added to the game lately, is it still an S tier? Because if Ragnar can never farm down a Libertad. It just doesn't happen. You don't do anything. It just you don't do anything. You're just sitting there clicking and nothing happens. He just walks past you, ignores you, and goes and kills your team. But that's one ship. I mean, is it still an S tier? There's so many radar ships now. Ragnar is also dog shit against subs. It's completely dog shit against subs. It's dog shit against carriers. Well, not dog shit, the medium AA. That's actually pretty nice, the medium consistency, but... I don't know if I could put this as an S tier in randoms anymore, because... It doesn't really have any other tools than the guns, and there's a lot of ships that just don't care about the guns. Ragnar is 2 flak, yeah. It's got a lot of continuous DPS though. I don't know if I want to put this thing in S tier. Like, it's great in cruiser heavy and DD heavy matchmaking. It's easily S tier then, because you can basically kill all of them. You can farm out all the things there. But when you don't get that, hmm, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in S for that. Ah. Honestly, I'd rather play Kléber or Småland in a lot of those games than Ragnar. I'm thinking of different matchmakings you could run at, and I would always basically rather play Kléber and Småland than playing that thing. It's a B at best. No, it's not. It's an A or an S. It's an A or an S. But like, honestly, I'd probably put it as a. Probably put it as a strong A. I don't think it's fun to play in sub-CB games. If you don't get, like, it just... You're just running away farming, you use... It's great that it's the gimmick. It still shits on DDs and cruisers, but... That's basically it. Suffers against long-range AI secondaries? What ships are fun to play in a sub-CV game? That's fair, they all suck. But like, some suffer more than others. Tromp is toxic as fuck for randoms. Is it a particularly good ship for winning games though? No, but it's just the obnoxious as shit farmer. Maybe put it as a weak B. It's really obnoxious, and you farm a lot of damage in it. I mean, it's okay, it's better now. Experience. But like, you can't really contest many DDs. Most DDs outgun you in that thing. Like Tromp is a free kill to most DDs. It's really good at farming damage though. Like that's what it does. We airstrike shit. But if enemy DDs push you, you only run away in this thing. And it sucks if you have to run away in this thing, because the firing angles are horrendously bad. It pumps out giga damage though, and the airstrike mechanic is toxic as shit. It's toxic as shit. But for randoms, if you actually want to win games, I don't think it's very good. I don't think it's very good. Honestly, it might actually be... It might straight up be worse than... I don't know if I think it deserves to be up here, honestly. Honestly, I feel like these are better at winning games than Tromp is. I think it's only a damage farm. It doesn't really do anything else. I mean, you can run at enemy DDs if they're very low. Then you can be useful. But you can only do that late game. Early game you can't do anything except sit and fucking airstrike things. But like... Yeah, I think a gearing would shit on a Tromp super easy. A gearing would shit on a Tromp so fucking easy, it's not even funny. It doesn't deserve to be above gearing. Gearing just walks all over Tromp for free. I mean, Tromp farms out a lot better than the rest. This is such a hard thing to put in a tier list, because like, basically I feel all these DDs would kill it. But then Tromp would farm so well. Tromp would farm so fucking well. I don't know. That's a hard one. It's such a good farmer though. Like Tromp is such a good damage farmer. We put it here, but this is a hard one. You put Harugumo a bit too high, it's also just a smoke farmer. No, Harugumo can walk up and kill DDs for free. Well, not for free, but it can absolutely walk in and kill people. That car has 6.2 conceal, man. With insane DPM. Harugumo can absolutely walk on people. I mean, it's a great smoke farmer as well, but it can do both. Vampire? Very, very good. Honestly, it's like a daring side grade. Vampire is better for rank than it is for randoms, though. Vampire is better for rank than it is for randoms. And this is for randoms, we're talking. Better DPM than doing? Yeah, no heal, and also the smoke is a lot less flexible. The smoke is a lot less flexible. The DPM is very nice, but the smoke is... the smoke, once you pop your vampire smoke, everyone knows where you are, and you don't really have a whole lot of gameplay options while it's active. Well, you do have a Hydra, so you can kind of like smoke yourself into a camp, I guess. I think Daring has more flexibility. I think it's an A tier, though. It does so much damage with the guns. It just farms so much. We'll put it here. What do I have next? La Pampa. Oh, that's such a feast or famine. Does the 4 rank tier list look a lot different than this one? Well, ships with radar and Hydra are much better in ranked than they are in randoms. Because getting a DD kill in ranked can basically flip the game very quickly. So just having anything that can shit on an enemy DD quickly can win the game in ranked. Whereas for randoms, one DD kill doesn't really change a whole lot. Like, you get flank control, but it doesn't mean the game is won. La Pampa, the most feast or famine ship I know. Maybe like a weak B tier? It's so hit or miss. So hit or miss. Is it better than Shimada? Is it better than Shimada? I don't know about that. I had the most stereotypical La Pampa game the other day. The enemy had radars and a gunboat on my flank, so I couldn't do anything for 10 minutes straight. I just sailed around and tried to spot, and I couldn't do anything because my torp range is so shit in the La Pampa. So we were basically useless for 10 minutes straight. We did absolutely nothing. 10.5 km torp range against 12 km radar. It's just a rough experience. So we did fucking nothing for 10 minutes straight. And then they died on the flank, and I got to push in and actually torpedo. And I did 120k damage in 1 minute. Because I got to launch all my torps, pop my reload booster, and then launch another set of torps. So we launched 30 torps and we did 120k instant. And that's like the textbook La Pampa experience. Your game is either absolute fucking dogshit, or it's incredible. And there seems to be basically no in between. And it's incredibly matchmaking dependent. And I feel like you have very little influence yourself on how it turns out. The gunpowder is anemic. You do have the ability to go nose in and farm, which is somewhat nice. Like, you can sit nose in and you have a daring AP. So you can just sit nose in and click them with 2 guns, so you're a small target. And you have your heal and shit and so forth. And with the F key you can double smoke and stuff. You can do all sorts of funny things. I don't know. It's a Torp DD experience for sure. The issue is this thing is slow as shit. 35-7 and you don't have a speed boost. So Shima is much more agile and better at repositioning. I don't know if I can put this above the Shima. It's like a Shima side grid, I think. It's like a Shima side grid. Álvaro de Bazán. Álvaro is actually pretty fun. Álvaro was the burst car, right? Wasn't that the burst thing? That was the burst car. It was really surprisingly stealthy for how massive it is. This thing is the size of a small fucking planet. Like, it's actually gigantic, which is a big weakness. But you have 6.2 conceal, and then you have your HE alpha is 1950, but you can burst with it. So you can fucking annihilate destroyers in one burst. Oh yeah, you got bitter dispersion on the burst as well. Yeah, you have a lot of help. This thing was actually pretty good. Like, I remember, we haven't played it that much, but we gassed a lot of DDs when we played it. Like, you run into a DD, you press the F key, and they just instantly explode. It was kind of fucking filthy, actually. The issue is, of course, brutal turning circle, massive size, like absolute, it's cruiser sized for sure. Torps are pretty useless. Seems like a pretty decent farmer, though. Regolo? I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty fun and pretty good. Like, strong B tier, I think? Strong B tier. The issue is really, it's massive. It's very easy to farm. Yeah, bad turret traverse. Is that an RP flake on your club? I think so. I just reset the line recently. Where's my club? I am blind. Yeah, there. Yeah, we have a few stacks there we need to pick up. What else do we have? That was all the DDs. Was that all the DDs? Was that all the DDs? Do we agree with this? Do I agree with this? Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not asking you guys. I'm asking myself. Do I agree with this? This is so hard. This is so hard to put into a tier list. Sid 52 is ranked. It's in C tier. I don't know if I agree with this. I haven't played Barbiano. I can't rank anything I haven't played. Because ultimately, chat, a tier list like this is my opinion. That's what it is. It is my opinion. So you can't really say a correct or wrong answer because ultimately it's my opinion. And I haven't played Barbiano, so I'm not going to rank it because I haven't played it. I'm not sure this is my opinion though. Feels pretty much like my opinion though. Probably. Probably. Time for the second guessing to begin? Yeah, but the issue with ranking destroyers is, like, it's incredibly dependent on what you face. The matchmake, I feel like destroyers might be the most affected by matchmaking in what they can and can't do. Like, there's certain matchmaking where shit like Shima and La Pampa is incredible. Like, they're just incredible ships. You get a flank with Libertards or super ships or something fucking pushing into you. Playing La Pampa or Libertard or Shima there is incredible. Like, you just single-handedly stop the entire push and farm damage, and it's great. But then there's also, you just have a Ragnar on that flank and you don't get to play the game. That's also an option. It's, I don't know. Maybe this is my take. Maybe this is my take. Probably this is my take. We'll go with it, because I don't know what I'd switch. I don't know how I'd second guess it. I would have Gdańsk in B tier personally. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But Gdańsk is one of those ships. If you're playing a DD into Gdańsk, it's terrifying. Playing DD into Gdańsk sucks ass. Like, it just sucks ass. You never get to play the game. I think Hayate is a better experience than you remember. That's possible. That's absolutely possible. But I still hate the hull of the Hayate, so. Local Finnish man doesn't even agree with his own opinions. No, that's true. I don't. I'll look at this in a week and go, wow, what a fucking retard that streamer guy is. But we'll go with this. We'll go.